tired of all the uneducated noise you're getting from the droves of YOLO meme coin peddling douchebag gurus out there trying to use you as their exit liquidity? Would you rather learn a competent university-level set of skills that will guide you in managing and investing for the rest of your life? Join us 3 days a week at Digital Investor. Develop your knowledge of game theory, cognitive bias, macroeconomics, monetary theory, investment theory, psychology of the crowds, and more. For more info on Digital Investor and how it can help you, reach out at nickblacknext.com.
All right, Brandon, do you want to knock out any housekeeping while I go through our list of salutations?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's, first things first, obviously, node market. That's what we got to cover. We got to cover node market. So
cover it. Do it.
You'll notice the bid-ask spread looking really tight right now. A lot of buy and sell orders getting filled. So if you guys need some hypercycle, go put it in at the price you want. I mean, we're just talking, it's basically a limit order for the price that you want, however many you want, and super simple. But the one thing that I do want to mention, let's go ahead and hypothetically put an order in here. Let's just say I want to buy 62 hypercycle, or 62-cent hypercycle. Let's just buy 100 of them or whatever for $62, which is crazy. But let's go ahead and here. So we're going to have to, I don't think I've used this wallet before. I hope I haven't. So it's going to give you the confirmation. Make sure that you're doing what you want to do. It's going to walk you through that whole thing. And before you do any order on Node Market, you have a one-time approval, okay? And this is standard with any exchange. So this is a now I'm going to walk you through this because this could be a one-time approval. And we've run into some issues already. So let's go ahead and approve this. When this approval pops up in your MetaMask, you'll notice this number right here. It's basically infinity, okay? It's 9,999 anyway. We've kind of got, what this does is it's approving that much USDC to be used on Node Market. If you go through here and you go, oh crap, I only want to spend $62, okay? That's fine and you can do that. But what that's going to do is you'll go here and you go next and you'll pay a gas fee to set that $62. And that gas fee is like $2 or $3 or whatever, something negligible. But next time you go to list on Node Market, you'll have to do it again and again and again. Or you could just set a one-time approval for what we have recommended in here, and then you'll never have to pay that gas fee again. It's not going to pull $9,999 out of your MetaMask account. It's just setting approval for. And then if you ever want to transfer USDC, you have to sign another transaction. So I would recommend leave this as we have it set. It also causes issues if you set the approval too low, because we had a couple of people accidentally put in a number too low. We now have checks in place, so you can't do it too low. But we had people put in number, so like they wanted to they wanted to get 100 hypercycle, they wanted to spend $62. They accidentally put in $61, and they were able to approve it because we actually had a check that was reversed, but we fixed it anyway. So they were able to set the approval, but then the listing wouldn't work because you didn't set enough approval for the contract to go take things. That's why everything's in a contract. So I would highly recommend just go ahead and leave it what we have it if you're fine and comfortable with that. If not, set the approvals. Make sure you know what you're doing. We have checks in place now that you can't screw it up, but regardless of our checks, every time you set an approval, you're going to have to pay a gas fee. And I know you guys complain about a $2 gas fee all the time. So why keep paying the gas fee if you don't have to set your one-time approval for Node Market? This is a one-time thing, USDC, and you'll have to set a one-time thing if you want to sell hypercycle. And so why keep setting that approval and pay that gas fee if you don't have to? So set that.
I don't know why you would, Brandon. I don't know why you would.
Anyway, that was the bulk of what I wanted to cover because it's our we fixed it code-wise, but I'm just helping you guys out now. Anyway. There we go.
Okay. We're at 451 digital investors. We're at 55 digital private clients. 1,817 total Node Market NFTs sold. I'm working a deal. It's not done. It's not done, but it's almost done where when people get, let's see how to say this. It won't go into effect because, all right, you guys know the hyper ring. Brandon, you remember the hyper ring? Remember that one?
Hyper
The cool,
ring. Dude, have you seen Samsung's ring too?
no,
It should
what's
have
it?
NFC. It's same thing. I mean, it's well, not same thing.
NFCs?
Yeah, it should have NFC. I hope it has NFC. Dude, I was using NFC back with my clothing stores back in 2009.
So
NFC is pretty rad.
this will be cool for like a 2FA device, the ring, and it'll do 10 different devices, like 10 different wallets, 10 different apps, whatever. Anyway, the hyper ring, as it's going to be called, they think it's about 3 months away from shipping, like actual shipping. And we are going to do something the month leading up to that where, I mean, I guess we could do it whenever and just keep track, but that'd be kind of a headache. But anyway, for people that buy Node Market NFTs, they're going to get a ring.
Right.
Yep. You buy an NFT, you get a ring. You buy an NFT, you get a ring.
How much are these rings?
Don't worry about that.
Did we talk about this?
No. This is why I said it on the show instead of behind closed doors, so that you couldn't get
wait, we didn't. How did
How
do they do the sizing? How do they do the sizing on the rings? I'm curious because
I don't know how that works. I think maybe you just put them on different fingers until it fits.
I know. So the leading competitors, what they do is they send out a sizing packet first, then you have to send that sizing packet back. It's the whole thing.
No, they're not doing all that crap. I think they'll probably, I don't know how that works, but anyway, we'll figure all that out. But if we'll tell people, hey, from this point on, also we're going to do it alongside Node license bundles. So if you buy a hypershare, meaning you've already, when we start offering the hypershares, which is the fully, it's the Node licenses plus the tokens already merged, ready to point towards hardware. When you buy those, we'll give you a ring. But again, this is still about a quarter away because I don't want to do, we'll probably do it the month leading up to shipping. So maybe March. Anyway, and hopefully for the investors weekend, we'll have some prototypes to give to the group that comes for the investor weekend, the 15th, 16th, 17th of March.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So that's that.
Yeah. No.
What?
This is not retroact. If we already haven't, this.
No, you're getting paid, man. You're making money. This is to entice that next batch. And just so everybody knows, to make this clear, all of the revenue of this thing goes to the Node Market NFT holders until further notice. And what that further notice is, I can't imagine it being any less than 1 year. Right, Brandon? Doesn't that seem kind of accurate? Just because we're trying to make it where that first group that bought NFTs in what is the November group? It's like the September, November group.
Yeah, it'll be at least a year probably that it pays 100%.
Until they're made whole, until that group, until those NFTs have paid for themselves 100%. So that's as long as it's going to take. But everybody shares in the full revenue. It's not just that group. You own an NFT, you get a share of all of the revenue generated when you see all these little tokens going bing, 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 bing here and there. Yes, all that money goes back to the NFT holders. Yay. All right. So that's clear on that. Okay. Brandon, do you want to talk AI news? I mean, did you see Kramer's the best?
Kramer's the best indicator. I don't think Bitcoin's going to find any footing here.
That was at 38.8, by the way. He goes, number go down, and it's back up. You can make a whole GD career off of going against whatever he says. When he goes long, sell. When he goes short, go long. Like
they do. People do. They make a living off this, and I think that fund. Oh my gosh, let me look it up.
The reverse Kramer ETF.
Yeah, let me look it up.
It's got to be crushing
real quick. How well?
Do you think that a guy like Kramer he's got to take it with a grain of salt, right? He's got to just be like, what the hell?
I bet he trades it.
But do you think he trades against his own advice? Like he goes, crap, the way to make money is to go against whatever I think. So if I think I should sell, I should buy. So does he reverse his own decision-making in order to find success?
Like, oh my gosh. As of January 18th, 2024, the fund shows a return of 43%. In 2017, it had a benchmark return of 102%.
That means
Holy flipping
he's
P.
more than 100% wrong. This is why when we
So compared to the S&P, which during that period of time was down 12.9%, his inverse fund was up 102%. Nick.
Jesus, that guy is just a dumpster fire, man. Okay, let's do this. Let's bang over to, I know. So just, I guess, to put a button on that, when we get behind the wall, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But the FTX selling, they have, I think, 8 million more shares to sell. They've sold 22 or 23 million shares of GBTC. There's 8 million more. They will get sold as part of the bankruptcy. That's going to happen. But that's only a third of what the damage they've done over the last 4 days. Okay. So that's not going to continue in perpetuity. Also, this exodus of members inside Grayscale, everybody leaving. Either Grayscale will readjust their fees to make it more palatable, or they won't, and people will just deuce the F out. And if that's the case, they could hemorrhage another third. My guess is somebody at Grayscale at some point goes, okay, enough is enough. Like, enough is enough. Cut the fee.
It's going up. Like, their sales today's their biggest day of sales so far.
Of people exiting?
Well, yeah, they're basically, people exiting is escalating, meaning they have to keep selling more, right? So today's their biggest sell day currently. They sent 19,200 Bitcoin over to Coinbase this morning to liquidate today.
Right. Now, what's interesting though is you think about all of this selling. Guess what? All of it's getting gobbled up by the other ETFs.
All of it. No, more than all of it. Just by the ETFs. We're not talking about retail buyers as well. Yeah. So we have a net positive, even given all this Grayscale selling and all the FTX dumping and basically the FTX spurs the Grayscale selling, because what they're doing is they're selling their shares in Grayscale, which in turn makes Grayscale have to sell their Bitcoin. Right. See how that works. But yeah, so basically it's getting gobbled up. Grayscale selling is going to minimize soon. They're going to stop selling because there's only so many customers going to leave, and that's all of them potentially, but that's going to end soon. And then they're going to be done selling, and we're going to still be gobbling things up.
Those real quick, those distributions are we try to do them the 25th each month. Yeah.
So tomorrow should be I have it ready to go. I'm just finalizing and put it in.
Ooh, it's going to be the best one. This is going to be the best one yet.
Yep, it is.
Woo woo!
It is going to be the best one yet.
Okay. Let's talk the AI news, because there's some cool AI news. We won't go too much, and then we'll get behind the wall. We'll jump behind the wall, and then we can talk about all that kind of cool stuff. Did you have any other housekeeping you want to knock out before we hit our AI news, or we got it?
No, we're good. This is going to be a slow burn. Let's go.
Slow burn. Okay. Apparently Chrome is about to get a big fat ass AI update, which is cool because Google has been getting its ass handed to them in AI. They are not keeping up. Bard sucks. All these promised things that were coming out have released and no one cares, or it's just not that good. And a lot of they didn't cook the books, but they may have fudged. Remember their advertising where they like time-lapsed it and it made it look like their AI was so fast? And then it was like, oh, but there's like 4 minutes in between, like question and response. They're like, no. We just thought people didn't want to watch the empty space. Yeah, that's called advertising misinformation, you dicks. Anyway, so Google's not had a great time. And I guess the worry is, does Google get anything out the door at this point that's competitive with what they're doing over at OpenAI with ChatGPT, GPT-4, GPT-4 Turbo, and what they're doing at Microsoft by leveraging OpenAI stuff, and then what they're doing at Anthropic, which is way ahead of, and you go, Jesus, what happened with Google? And then you're like, oh, and also, by the way, they're making the biggest layoffs in the recent history of 30-something thousand people at Google going away, going to unemployed world. And you just go, gosh, that's not probably good for morale, right? Like if you're on the Google team, you're like, hey, you heard about Reggie? Yeah, they got him. The Axeman got him. Reggie's. So I don't know if I was working at a company that was doing these wide scale layoffs. I mean, Brandon, have you ever been at a company that's going through layoffs and you're wondering if you're next?
Is this a rhetorical question? Do you remember?
Anyway,
Do you remember? Honey, I've. Just kidding.
oh sheesh, that's right.
Is this a rhetorical question?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I didn't mean a
Oh,
company
that's
that's just folded
hilarious.
under their own weight. Hey,
Oh my gosh, right?
sidebar.
Yeah.
What happened? Like they're done now, right? See you later. Bye.
I mean, far as I can tell, geez. Well, I could go over the whole intricacies of what
Isn't
happened.
it
but
weird
yeah.
when like your old boss reaches out in a text and he's like, hey fella, how's it going?
How's it going? What are you up
How's
to?
it going? This guy's like, we're like, it's going great. Did you buy Hypercycle? No,
Did
don't
you
know
buy
about
any
them.
of I don't know about crypto.
cryptos.
Crypto's hard.
Yeah, crypto. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so back to Google.
That was funny.
Google just pushed out its latest Chrome browser update, which again, I like Chrome. I like Brave better, but for some things, Chrome is because of the way that Brave blocks a lot of pop-ups and stuff, sometimes it over securities. And so sometimes, but anyway, between Brave and Chrome, you have kind of everything. I think you have everything you need. Anyway, they've introduced a new experimental AI feature that will, many features that will improve web browsing, including automatic tab grouping, kind of cool, custom theme generation, who cares, and writing assistance. Cool. That's kind of cool. Tab organizers automatically sort open tabs to suggest groupings of tabs, making it easier to manage multiple tasks. It puts them in little piles. That's cool. AI themes allow users to personalize their browser by selecting a subject, mood, style, and color for the AI to render. I guess that's kind of cool. And then a new Help Me Write feature that launches next month, which provides AI-generated suggestions when composing text on websites. Well, here's what I suggest is use ChatGPT and tell it to write you the stuff. Who's writing anymore more than a paragraph? You have to be a damn fool. Like you don't need to do anything. All you have to do is come up with what you want to write. Just if you can phrase it in a question, let it do the work. People need to leverage, they need to do less leverage in investments and more leverage in AI writing. Writing, theorizing, summarizing, all of that. Let the AI stuff write for you. God, who writes? Anyway, so Google is continuing to make these kind of subtle AI integrations into its existing product base, maybe to kind of like the way you switch a cat's food by like slowly mixing in the new food and then filter. I don't know. Anyway, and while these are not like those features that leave your jaw drop to the floor, like wow. They are slowly shifting consumer habits more towards using AI, which I think that's good just in general, right? So cool. All right. And then Google, again, they have cut ties with AI contractor Appen. So in addition to the 30,000+ people that they're going to unemploy, they've also terminated contract with Appen, an Australian firm that provided training data to improve AI systems like Bard. Bard, just real quick though, Bard sucks. Have you used it, Brandon?
I used it once or twice, but then I just keep going back to ChatGPT because it's quicker, faster, it's more up to date and everything. So it's like you can keep trying to bang against the wall, or you can just use what works, because I'm in a time crunch most of the time. Why not just use what I know works? So
it's kind of like for prom, there's like the one girl you want to go with, and then there's that other girl that would say yes, and you're like,
your mom's like, hey, you need to take this girl to the dance.
Take her. I'm like, you're not the boss.
But she's not fun. She's not fun to dance with, Mom.
Yeah. Dance. Who said dance? Anyway,
what are you talking about? Get out of here, Nick. Come on, yes, dance. You go to the dance to dance, and then you just walk her to the doorstep.
You know what happened? I went to an inner city school, and at prom, like everybody's cars got broken into. So it was only the people that copped for like the expensive, like the limo rides, that didn't have their stuff broken into.
Oh, cool.
but like every car got hit, like all of them, every car. They're like, dang, man. Like, is that any different than a normal school day? No, they get broken into on a school day also. We had metal detectors at our school and a cop with a gun.
Oh, fantastic.
People were getting caught with guns in school all the time. This was like,
Well,
oh man, there's a school shooter. I'm like, man, every third kid in my school was a school shooter. He just didn't shoot anybody.
Well, yeah, everybody in Idaho had guns when I was going to school too, but it was just normal. We just had them in our trucks, in our car. Like,
No, I mean,
just
like
normal.
people had guns in school. Like that was like
in the classrooms.
Well, they didn't show them, but like, oh, do you see Brian? Brian's got a Glock. That was the cool thing at our school. If you had a Glock, I mean, not everybody, but maybe there's probably 10 guns in the school at any one time. There could have been a total John Wickage. Anyway,
I don't think Tom. Hey, side note, I went and saw Beekeeper last night.
How badass was that?
Dude, that was cool. Except I found out my wife is in love with Jason Statham, so that's a problem.
That's bullshit.
Like, absolutely in love. I'm just kidding. Not really.
On the Beekeeper.
But he is good looking. Come on. He is. He's a good looking guy.
Would you give him a smooch?
I would give him a smooch.
You'd give him a kiss. You'd kiss him on the neck.
I'd give him a good hug.
You'd give him a neck kiss.
Nuzzle up
in a manly way. In a manly way.
Sure. Absolutely.
And then give him like a slap on the back, like, you're cool, Jason Statham. He'd be like, you're cool too, Brandon. You'll never be a beekeeper.
Never be a beekeeper.
A move that movie is so stupid, but it's awesome and stupid. It's like awesome, stupid. And it's actually really funny. It's fun.
And there were some funny scenes in it, and it seems like plausible. Like a beekeeper could do that. Very plausible.
It's fun. It's definitely that could definitely happen.
No, it all could happen.
Let's see. So Google's termination of this contract with this company Appen has moved that the Alphabet Workers Union says will have a devastating impact on its subcontracted employees. So, all right. So just so you guys know, there is Google, which changed the name to Alphabet. There is also a union, a workers union, an Alphabet workers union. Yes, sounds dumb. I'm sure those meetings are the worst. But obviously they're looking at all of these layoffs. And now the subcontractors, I guess they were like, well, we'll be fine. They're just laying off permanent employees. No, bitch. They're laying off all employees. Not all, but like in every single sector, except for like some of the smaller AI groups. They're getting whacked. I mean, just people, this is going to happen all over the world. It isn't just Google. It's just that Google being so far behind the ball in the AI space, you think, wait, layoffs are bad. They're actually bolstering their AI divisions. They're doing hiring there. It's pretty much everybody else that's getting whacked. Anyway, the details are that Appen employees, they have over 1 million contractors globally to label data for training AI models, touting Microsoft, Apple, Meta, and Amazon on their client list. I guess Google will no longer be on that resume. The contract with Google accounted for nearly a third of their entire revenue, with the company's shares dropping a paltry 40% on the news.
What is that, a meme coin? Oh my gosh. 40%.
It's the Solana of like of regular. Anyway, Google's employee union said in a statement that the move will impact at least 2,000 subcontracted workers. So it's a company, man. They got to do it anyway. Appen faced criticism in the past over low wages for contractors across the globe working on Google products. Yeah, they kind of run like a contractor sweatshop. Anyway, Google's waves of layoffs and restructuring is not limited to just its full-time staff. Partners, contractors are now feeling the heat. And as AI is shifting away from human, I mean, this is common sense, man. If you work in the AI division and you look around and you see people getting fired and stuff, like what happens? Oh, layoffs. Why? Because AI. Like, don't you work in AI? Yeah. Well, how long do you think you're going to have a job? I don't know. But not very long. I actually want to be very bad at my job. Do you think there's people being bad at their job so that they'll still have a job in AI?
What?
No, like think about it. Like if you reach these milestones, we'll be able to lay off another 7,000 people. They're like,
I see. Like basically sabotaging the AI
You're like,
success.
hey, Brandon, did you push those GitHub submits today? You're like, oh, no, boss, I didn't get around to that.
I'm too slow at creating my replacement.
I want to make sure I don't give AI the wrong ideas. Like the only idea I got is that you're overemployed, buddy. Anyway, so it's happening, and it would just be very interesting if it was happening and you were in the space of it happening. I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting. There is other AI news.
What would you say if you were to like speculate? What would you say the first job AI completely takes over is? Like 100%, there's never a human doing that job ever again.
Well, I would think I would just think computer coding. Software development from the human design side, no, but the actual coding, why are humans doing that at all?
Coding.
Why are people going coding shit? That's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because, that's like.
I think copywriters. So I think my opinion is like writers.
Yeah,
like anybody who's writing emails, anybody who's writing like copy for that kind of stuff.
Copy, code, text, email, like writing, just writing. If you write, you done. If you write, you wrong. I don't know, man. I try not to think about those things because they're depressing.
I'm asking ChatGPT.
Which jobs are going away? It's like, no jobs. All humans will be fine.
Basic data entry processing.
Oh, yeah. Look, here's the long and short of it. If you do a job where you take existing information, jostle it around and hand it to somebody else, why are you needed?
Yeah. So they said basic data entry processing is number one. The second one is manufacturing jobs that have repetitive tasks. So if it's like you're basically just repeating, boom, it's over.
Yep, you're done. You're done.
Yep. Growing awareness, blah, blah, blah.
Over with.
And ChatGPT reassures me saying, if one job is eliminated, don't worry, another one will be replaced that requires different skill set.
Medical billing? Yes, obviously. I think a lot of those things, bank tellers. So listen, Linda.
My wife was a bank teller.
I went to the bank. She is right now?
No, she was back when we first got married. This is like she worked there for like 4 months. So yeah.
So I can already see you just going and doing like tons of little deposits all day long just so you can hit her. They're like, hey, that one's open. You're like, nope, no, I'm not ready yet. Not ready yet. You're fiddling with the deposit slip, waiting to go to that line. Anyway,
tons of deposits when we first got married.
I went into the bank yesterday to do a wire transfer because they made me do this whole crap. Anyway, I had to go in there. I'm sitting there. It's the worst. It's just a bunch of, it's so old and stale. There's a dude walking around with an oxygen tank. That bad. That bad.
The visual that just created at the bank.
It was just like quiet and creepy. So I get up to the thing and I do the wire transfer and the guy's like, because of your account balance, I could put you into Chase Private Client Services where this wire would be free. And I'm like, what do I get? And they're like, well, you have to leave X amount in your account and then you get to go into that room over there. And I go, okay, but what do I get? What does that get me? If I leave you $250,000 that I can't touch, what do I get? They're like, well, you get 24-hour assistance. For what? You don't offer 24-hour banking. Like you can't send a wire at 6 a.m. the wrong time. You can't send a wire at 2 a.m. Well, you also get concierge services for discounted. That's all bullshit. I was like, this wire that's costing me $35 would cost me 3 cents and about 14 seconds worth of effort in crypto world. And the 2 of the 5 tellers, because there's no longer 5 tellers, they're already like shuttered.
They're already gone. They're done.
This is Chase, by the way, in Los Angeles, a nice one. And they're like the only 2 dudes left. It's like a ghost town in there. It's creepy. And they're like, yeah, everything's going the way of crypto. I was like, hey, why don't you tell Jamie Dimon that? And then the guy goes, yeah, a lot of people hate that guy. He's like, but he signs my checks. I'm like, he doesn't sign shit. But yeah, I get what you're saying. And let me just get out of there. I just want to get out of there. I just felt like I lost a year's worth of time in that bank in the 14 minutes I was there. And it was so cumbersome to do anything. Like, you guys think you get frustrated with crypto because you have to like go from MetaMask to this or that? Oh my gosh, it's going to take me 4 minutes. Go into a bank and do anything and you'll walk out like, crypto. It's like, God. Anyway, Okay, so that's kind of the AI news. Yeah, I think bank tellers, I don't even know why they exist. Like, what's their, anyway, whatever. We could go down that path forever. All right. JP Morgan owned MetaMask.
That's not true.
No.
No, that's not true. Consensus owns
Consensus owns MetaMask.
Consensus owns MetaMask, not related to JP
Yeah.
Morgan.
Now,
Consensus
JP
was
Morgan,
actually founded by Joseph Lubin, who
Yep.
was also co-founder of Ethereum.
Yep, one of the co-founders of Ethereum.
Yep.
And Lubin, although there's a lot of dirty talk about Lubin. He's like the co-founder no one likes to talk about. Like, people hate Lubin in the way that they hate Charles, but they hate Charles because he's kind of nerdy and like whatever. They hate Lubin because he's like a sinister figure. He's like the Ethereum mob figure. But you know what? MetaMask is great. If you guys are, I mean, if we're all intellectually honest, MetaMask is great. Think of all the crap you can do with it. It's good.
Think of all the fees you paid to MetaMask.
Ever issue a token, we're gonna win like a mofo. So many transactions. I have one wallet that it doesn't even matter. I'm not gonna. Anyway, point is, come on, Joe. Come on, buddy. Issue a token and make it based on.
Kidding.
You know why they won't? Because they don't want to have all these. They don't want all the NFT douchebags from 2021 getting a windfall.
Yeah.
They just won't do it.
Do a token. I just don't think it'll happen.
Yep.
I got an airdrop the other day. A good one.
From what? It's bullshit.
It was a Bitcoin ordinals wallet that I have. I had some NFT Bitcoin ordinals in.
You bought ordinals?
Yeah, I bought ordinals. And I got an airdrop.
Was it worth anything?
Almost 6,000.
$6,000?
Yeah.
For free?
For free.
Now, how much did you spend on ordinals to get that?
It was the biggest one. I don't know. The thing is, they didn't come out with actually what qualified you for the airdrop. So I don't know what ordinals I bought that actually made it worth it. I didn't buy a lot of ordinals and I didn't lose any money, but I've sold them all too. So I don't really have any ordinals. So I don't even know how I got the stupid airdrop. Like, I have no clue. And nobody else can verify how I got it either.
Did you already cash out and take that 6K?
No.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Can you cash out and just get Bitcoin for it?
No, it is in Bitcoin. Like, yeah, you sell for Bitcoin. They're Bitcoin ordinals. So, right. So when you sell a Bitcoin ordinal, it's Bitcoin. So I could tell you what it's at now. Hold on.
Man, sell that thing.
0.05 times.
What's wrong with you?
I got 5 of them. How much is Bitcoin worth?
40K, right?
Oh, it's up to 10,000 today.
Your airdrop is worth 10K
today. Yeah,
dude, sell that shit right now. While we're on. You sell it right now. While we're on, do it
right now. You do it right now. Do it. I've never gotten an airdrop like that. I'm probably down then. 10K.
You sell that crap. You sell that crap right now, or I'm gonna send the beekeeper after you.
I probably lost that much in ordinals then. That's all I can figure.
That'd be funny if it was just a reverse proxy. If it was the Kramer ordinal proxy.
My thing on airdrops is it takes me a few days to realize that they're real because I do a lot of research before I touch them. And so, like, even if somebody were to airdrop me something that's worth a lot and I lose value, I'm okay with it because I don't want to.
Yeah. Listen, for those of you that get airdrops in your wallet and stuff, don't touch anything. Don't even look at them. I might have some cool airdrops, but I won't know because I've never touched any of them.
That's the thing is, I bet 99.99% of them are fake and will drain your wallet.
Yeah.
And I might miss a few, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
I got what do we get? You got a Luxrare airdrop, a Blur airdrop that was probably worth a little bit. I think. Well,
the Luxrare ones though, we were on their little thing. We did good on that.
Yeah. I think you did really good on it. And
I was making an Ethereum and a half a day for like a month.
Holy crap! And you're worried about me selling this measly?
The 10K, man. That's a quarter Bitcoin.
No, I know that's a lot.
You sell that crap now instead of watching it go down to zero.
Okay, I'll look at it and I'll sell it.
Jesus. All right. Let's switch gears. Let's get over to behind the wall stuff, and then let's do that.
Let's go. Okay.
Wait, I got to cue up the thing. So we can have a little bumper, and they'll say, "Go behind the proverbial walls." You know that thing. Yeah, that's good. Okay, here we go.
We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.